Yayo, my sovereigns, what up? This is Boba Fett, uncensored on the internet, with episode 153 of Splinterlands 101. Joining us once again, co-hosts of the show, finest general who ever lived, Matt Clark.
Howdy, howdy.
Sorry, finest general who ever lived and chairman of the DAO, Matt Clark. And we can't really say Geotrix, the man behind the Pouffe Poussey, because he's now actually changed his name to Pouffe Poussey. It's a bit of a mouthful, so we'll just call you Puff, if that's okay.
That's fine. Puffo.
So what's new? Well, first off, we did explain last week, Gio, that you were involved in a car accident. We didn't go into any detail, just simply that you went to hospital, get checked out, went home to recuperate.
Yeah. Everything's good. Everything it was the best results that could have come out of that. It wasn't like that severe, but I did get a headache. I don't know. Like I went home and I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to be fine after adrenaline run down. But then I just started feeling like I couldn't focus, like got bad migraines. Like, okay, I'll just admit myself to the ER. And yeah, they were lovely to deal with. They dealt with me in a really nice manner. Then they gave me oxycodone. So, but that made me feel worse. But they gave it to me. I was like, oh shit, I'm not. So then they had to look. Yeah, they looked at me further, and then they put me into a room. And long story short, I slept a lot.
Yeah, oxy's good for that.
It was the most comfortable sleep anyone could ever have at a hospital on the beds, which are like renowned for not being comfortable at all, right?
Yeah.
Like the single squishy pillow, but it was like the best sleep I've ever had.
Yeah. Post-surgery on my shoulder, I don't think I could have slept at all without the oxys. They really, really helped. Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. It was really good. But no, I'm happy everyone's safe.
Yep. Yeah. Good to hear. Yeah. You got some well wishes on the YouTube and on the Hive, so
it's nice. The prayers, everyone's prayers and thoughts, I'm sure it helps as well. So thank you.
Right. Matt, what's new for you?
Not a lot going on here. My Fletch graduated primary school, so he's in high school next year. So yesterday was very much revolved around watching slideshows and attending big graduation ceremonies and the like for all of that. So and then we did some family photos on the beach yesterday with the extended family. So my mother-in-law's not in a good way cognitively, should we say? And I think maybe we won't have too many more Christmases with her. So it's kind of a let's get some photos, let's get some memories sort of thing. So I'm hoping my kidlets don't take it too hard because they love their grandma, but can't fight nature, right? Like it's going to happen. It's going to happen. So so a bit bittersweet, but hanging out with the family on the beach and getting some photos taken yesterday was pretty fun. So otherwise, as far as Splinterlands goes, it's been a really quite exciting time. I'm seeing different art up, and I'm noticing when I pull my teams together, there's little pop-ups. If you guys have been botting or have you seen little pop-ups, little information bubbles that come up when you drag when you select somebody.
Yeah,
I will say, hey, this card has reach. He can still attack even from the second position.
Yeah,
I found that with Phyrexian Hero. I clicked on him, and then he jumped into the first spot. And there was a little pop-up said, this card actually has reach, so he does melee attacks. He can even attack from the second position if you want to put him second. And I'm thinking, for any sort of different circumstance, you get a little pop-up box. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it's really, really good, I think, to make it make sense to people. And it feels like they're kind of a little bit annoying to me because I'm like, I know, I've known for 6 years. So I just click it to get it shut down. But I'm really happy that it's there for new people. So that and the new voucher reward card Ulfgar. I know the other ones are available too. The other two, but I've been thinking a lot about Ulfgar. The with no attack, she can never attack. She's immune to being trained, no weapons training, and so she doesn't attack. But when she dies, she poisons the person who attacked her. Might poison the people either side of them, of her attacker, and resurrect herself so she can do it again when she gets attacked again. And I really feel like if you can use something like Lily Shieldpaw and put her up front, so everybody else has camouflage, and you're guaranteed that she's the one getting attacked first. It'd be very simple to just poison very, very possible to poison the entire back row. So I thought long and hard about what would be a good counter, because anytime there's a new announcement like this, some people think she's going to be a fail. Other people think she's going to be meta defining, and will be a major factor in everything forever. So I did what I usually do, which is what I thought. I thought, okay, what's a good neglected card that doesn't get much play at the moment? Maybe something in wild that's not even modern, but something in wild that's a sleeper that's going to counter her. What's good? So I thought, well, can't get poisoned, we want immunity. And I was looking through the neglected immunity cards, and I found Vampiric Blossom has oppress, double damage to non-attack cards. And I thought, these two are just like, this is some Anakin Obi-Wan stuff, right? This is because Ulfgar's going to take double damage, which means that if you have a Vampiric Blossom in your team, that card is more likely than the other cards to be the one that deals that fatal blow and then doesn't get poisoned. Right, doesn't get poisoned by the poison burst. And so for me, I'm like, well, this is great. Vampiric Blossom gets no love. It's like less than 2 cents to buy this rare reward card from a couple of years ago. So I just went hard on it and bought like 3,300 BCX, like pushed the price up to 11, 12 cents. I've spent like $150. I've got like 32, I think, now maxed on my rental account, because I basically thought, okay, people are going to want this card to counter this new card. I want them to have to rent it from me or pay through the nose on the market for that privilege, right? And this is what I keep saying. This is how we actually play the game. Keep your ear to the ground, keep some powder dry, find an opportunity that others haven't noticed, and dive on it. Now, look, there's a lot that can go wrong with my plan, right? I could be misreading it wrong. The description of Ulfgar doesn't specify that all attack types. Maybe it's only melee, in which case that would be a big nerf for Ulfgar, because it just means if you think they're going to play Ulfgar, just play ranged or magic. So I think it will be for all attack types, but there's other things that could go wrong. Maybe she's more prevalent in modern and Vampiric Blossoms in wild. Or maybe for other reasons, or maybe there's another card that's a really good counter that can. So there's all sorts of stuff that can go wrong with my plan, but that's the way I'm playing the game, right? That's my plan, and let's see if it pans out. If it does pan out, and Ulfgar's meta defining, and the only card that can beat her has to be rented off me, great, fantastic. Like, let's do this thing. So I've had people still relisting new ones, and I'll just. A max one I'll buy for $12, $13, something like that. If it hits the market, then I'll just snap it up. There can't be. It's been out. It was a rewards card. It's not in packs. There can't be too many out there that aren't part of somebody's collection. And when it becomes apparent that it's a valuable card against Ulfgar, then people are going to stop selling it. And so, new guy arrives, wants to tackle this, wants to actually have some chance to beat this new card. Got to rent it from me. And this is, some people think, oh, that's mean, that's cruel, whatever, but this is literally the game. If I hadn't have done it, somebody else would have done it the day after or a week after, as soon as it became apparent that was a good card against this new one.
Yeah.
So again, I could be wrong. I could fail. That's the risk you take. But I think the odds are pretty good. So that's been a fun little exercise. Just absolutely just seeing the graph on Peak Monsters, where it's like, whoop, the price of this card has shot up.
Yeah,
53% for the last week. Quite a bit more than that actually. So I've bought a lot, and it's good. It's been good fun. I love this. This is where I really get into my groove. So
I checked the price on Fungus Flingers before coming on as well, and I bought up all the Fungus Flingers under 7 cents. Yeah, and I had looked at it. There's nothing to replace them yet, so the cheapest Fungus Flinger at the moment is 7.5 cents, and the Muskrat is holding steady at 30 cents. So it did double from the time we initially looked at it, but it hasn't increased any further from that.
Yeah, it's about the depth of the market too. Like, I don't know how many muskrats were available for somebody to push the price up like that. They might consistently just be buying, below a certain point to hold that 30 cent, to defend that 30 cent line. So,
Yeah.
but it's this big psychological game played out against strangers all around the world with different opinions and priorities and perspectives on where the game's going. How cool is that, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And I have to ask, like, what are the chances of us seeing a live raid during the show by the Fashion Police?
I guess pretty bad, pretty minimal.
Okay.
I'm not sure I follow.
We normally see you in a T-shirt or something like old and. It's first. I think this is the first time we've ever seen you in a shirt.
Oh well, I'll have to dress up in future just to there we go, just to maybe a shave, just to zhuzh myself a little bit.
Yeah. I was just wondering, some viewers are probably sitting home thinking, who's this guy? Like,
I'm all class, mate. I'll scrub up okay. I'll have to share some of the photos from the beach when they come through.
Are we going to do it on when they come through? So we'll just add them to the blog, or
just flash it up on the screen while we're recording, I suppose.
Okay.
Go.
All right, no worries. And Gio, anything new in the Splinterlands verse for you? Did you hold on to your glint because you weren't on last week, or have you spent it already?
I spent it like
the minute after EOS.
No, I wasn't around. I was actually waiting, but then when I skipped the show, I was like, I'm not gonna wait another week. So yeah, I did wait for it.
All you have to do is just forget about it. Just forget that it's there. That's all you have to do.
But forgetting about it would mean I'd have to forget about Splinterlands for like 2 weeks. I don't think I'd check it if I had to forget. No, but the urge would be there. The urge would be there for me to check.
Yeah.
Anywho. Yeah.
Well, we've got 2 days for end of season, which means you only have to wait 5 days this time for the next episode. Is that doable?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Yeah. So we'll all have a bit of glint to spend on the next episode then.
Yeah. That sounds good. Yeah.
Anyone made any purchases or done anything extra to their deck?
No. Just speculative stuff. Nothing for gameplay. There's been a few that I've thought, maybe I should dive on him while the prices are cheap, just to have a bit of, mostly summoners I've been looking at. Where I think maybe I could get a bit more flexibility there, because I've taken some of my alpha summoners and put them on land just because they're so valuable there. But that means I've kind of been sort of a bit hodgepodge with what summoners I have available. If it's not Persibolus or Yasik or Immortalis, or there's a few options, but some of those lower mana matches I'm finding, this particularly in the brawls where I'm doing the Alpha Bravo brawls, Alpha Beta brawls. To be good, I'm too reliant in ranked play on my newer summoners, and the old ones are busy on land. So maybe something there. A summoner will be my next purchase, I think. But for me, it's just been the Vampiric Blossom, just diving on that, just pushing up the price, just hoarding as many as I can, just in case I'm right. So $37.95 to max one off the market at the moment, and I was buying them for, I think it's like $3.50 maybe for a max at the start. So I've sort of managed to 10x the price of them, but time will tell if I was right or if I was missing something.
Yeah. And I guess at least with my fungus flingers, all I needed to worry about was the single BCXs, which is all you need for a Martyr card. So this one is a little bit more risk involved, going for the maxing the card out.
Going for the maxes, yeah. Well, it's useless until it gets immunity at max level at level 8. So, you got to do it. But there's enough players in Champion and Diamond that really want to be able to know that if they're expecting for whatever reason that specific card, they have a counter available.
Yeah. And I have some big news to share. This is a Splinterlands first for me. Rather excited about this. This is the guy who flogs me every single brawl. If you've been watching our show, you know I was having a go at Matt because this guy, part of the Roaring Twenties, which is Matt's guild, and I always say this guy always beat. This is the first time ever that I have beaten this guy in a brawl. So it was like, yes. And Goblin Mech had a big part to do with that. So I thought I might, I'm still thinking about it, I might reward my Goblin Mech by maxing him, or at least take him up a level. He's, I think, level 6 at the moment. If I take him up to level 7, that gets him an extra life. And then he gets another shield. Then he gets an extra attack. So like he'd be doing 6 damage with piercing, and that's what happened straight off the cuff in this battle. He just went smash straight through. I think it was Crash he had up front, so it took him out. Shields, life, everything, just bang, just took him out. And you play Goblin Mech with a +1 melee like Malric Inferno, or because Mech's a neutral card, or does Kellia give +1? No, shield. He gives a shield. Who else gives the +1 attack? Tarsa. Tarsa gives a +1 attack. So yeah, he could be doing some serious damage up the front with piercing. So yeah, I've been thinking maybe it's time to max him. He's 6 at the moment. I can't max him right now, but I can at least take him up to 7, and then it gets me a little bit closer. I don't use him often enough simply because he's not maxed. And playing in ranked battle at Diamond, I try to generally only use max cards. So, but I was so impressed with his performance in this battle, I thought, yeah, I might take him up a level. Yeah. It's, I think, going to cost me about $2.50 just to take him up from 6 to 7. So, yeah, that's my contemplation at the moment on something to do to my deck. Anything else from anyone in cards or deck related?
No, I haven't really done anything lately that would have changed the way I play Splinterlands. All I'm doing is stacking up. I'm just stacking up SPS, with the brawls and all that. I'm doing the same thing that maybe I was doing like a few months back, just trying to get more SPS. Because take off, well, we're right there, right? Well, the pumps are there,
Yeah.
It could really go up, man. There's only upside to SPS with, right now anyway. With all the changes happening, it's looking pretty healthy, more healthier.
Yeah, Hive's been doing well too lately.
Yeah, no, it's good. We needed that anyway. It's about time.
Yeah. Do you have a light source in front of you there, Gina? Because we actually can't see you at the moment. You're just a silhouette.
I don't.
Like one of those confidential informants when the news program interviews somebody. Yeah. I just keep the brightness up on your screen and we can see you all right. But yeah. No, it's great. The price action's been interesting and fun. This Bitcoin around 100,000. I think Trump getting in. I think maybe some people are questioning whether he's going to do what he said he's going to do. I think if he does start moving heavily in the same direction as what he offered before the election, freeing Ross and hopefully Roger Ver gets a look in soon. Firing Gary Gensler, all of the pro-crypto changes that he's talked about. If a politician fulfills their promises, then I think that's when the bull season really kicks off. Right, then there's that certainty there. There's a couple of US states have passed Bitcoin reserve legislation, where the states themselves have decided to amass a strategic Bitcoin reserve. And there's one of the big super funds in Australia has just bought $27 million worth of Bitcoin.
Wow.
I just saw that. I just saw that Girl shared it in our Discord. So I think it was AMP Super Fund. Not sure. But
Okay.
yeah, so it's happening where there's institutional investment is happening. Governments at a state and federal level investing. El Salvador's looking better and better every day. Apparently, big gold deposits found under El Salvador. So lots to like in this space. It's really just about making sure that Splinterlands and Hive are front and center for the push up, because I really feel like Bitcoin is going to move, but we need to make sure that we're what people find when they go looking for games, when they go looking for blogging platforms, because people are going to go looking for that, right? They're going to say, crypto's great, gaming's great. How do I combine crypto and gaming? What can I get involved in? And what we need to do is make sure that when they Google search best crypto game, that Splinterlands is on the list, right? So that we can get because you can build a great product, but if you don't get that attention, then you fall by the wayside. And I think the new player experience changes that we're seeing are really, really cool move in that direction.
You mentioned Roger Ver. I know he was like one of the first like major Bitcoin maximalists. But what's the deal with him that you mentioned him?
So he had a big interview with Tucker Carlson the other day, which I'd recommend anybody to watch for that context, because it's really interesting. So Roger Ver, they called him Bitcoin Jesus. He got in early. He understood. He was already anti-government from a long way before, anti-government money printing and taxes and all that. So he ironically said in the Carlson interview. That he actually sold his Lambos to buy Bitcoin when it was really cheap. It's the opposite direction to what everybody's talking. So he decided to renounce his US citizenship. He hired some lawyers to make it all legit, renounced his citizenship, moved overseas, and years later, even though he's not a citizen, and he's got all the paperwork to prove that he engaged the best lawyers to make sure everything was legit. Now the IRS is coming after him, and he's in Spain, but there's an extradition order for him to come out to the US and get tried for tax evasion, because the Bitcoin he had at the time is now worth $109 million. But effectively, from what I can understand, it was about they say you need to sell. Before you left, you should have sold the Bitcoin that you had at the price it was available. But he had so much of the world's Bitcoin at the time that for him to sell to pay his tax bill
would have crashed the market.
Well, there weren't buyers for it. They wouldn't have been able to sell that much Bitcoin basically at any price, right? So, so the lawyers all had a look and made sure they were doing it right. Anyway, so he's done everything he can, and again, I recommend anybody watch that Tucker interview. It was really interesting.
Can you drop the link to Discord so I can put it in the blog? Yeah,
we'll do.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
The main reason that he's sort of a little bit held sort of in, I guess, varying degrees of esteem by the Bitcoin community is that he was behind Bitcoin Cash. So for those who weren't aware or across it, there was a debate a long time ago about Bitcoin. It was the first major fork of Bitcoin, where he wanted to expand the block size so that more transactions can go in each block, whereas there were people who said, no, that's not what Satoshi wanted. We're going to keep the block size the same. And so they ended up forking, where Bitcoin Cash made the change, had bigger blocks, and the original Bitcoin kept on going. So Bitcoin Cash didn't really end up getting adopted or really going anywhere. Not much came of it. I remember I sold mine, because if you held Bitcoin before the fork, then you get
got
both.
Equal value.
I sold mine to buy those silver rounds, the Steam branded silver rounds. So some people think that he's betrayed Bitcoin. He believes that he's following Satoshi's original idea about how Bitcoin should operate. And so, some people saw it as an attack on Bitcoin. Who knows? But either way, to my mind, he's definitely one of us. He was one of the earliest of us. He was one of the guys who was really pushing it. I watched a lot of his stuff early on to try and get my head around it. He's a really top dude, and even though he hates them and everything that they do, he absolutely tried to comply with everything before leaving, renouncing citizenship, doing everything he could to avoid the US. And now they're trying to pull him out of Spain. So happily, he's on bail at the moment in somewhere there in Spain. That's where he had the interview. But so yeah, fellas like him, and I'm sure there are other people, even Edward Snowden. I think when it comes to like the true extent of the spying on the US population, there's a chance that Edward Snowden might get a hey. You're welcome home now because you're not an enemy of the people. You did what had to be done to let everybody know what was actually being done to them. So that might be a bit more of a Hail Mary, but it would be great to see Edward Snowden welcome back to US shores again.
Yeah.
So if Trump does what he said he's going to do, then I could really see that being the green light for mass Bitcoin adoption, and then the flow on to various different cryptos. I think that would kill he said there's going to be no CBDC in the US, which is huge because that then becomes a counterpoint to any country that does adopt or tries to adopt a CBDC. So, but we're in that waiting period at the moment. Everybody's just like, we're going to have a Christmas, we're going to have a New Year's, we've got a 20 days of January, and then there's the inauguration. Let's see what he actually does on day one.
Yeah. And even
that's what we're waiting for.
People thinking it's too late now for Bitcoin, they've missed the boat and all that sort of thing. The fact that these big boys are buying in at 100,000 and they're buying hundreds of millions. It's. I mean, they wouldn't be doing that if they weren't expecting it to do significantly better. So yeah.
Yeah, and there's a liquidity piece there too, where when Bitcoin was really cheap, just like I said, Roger couldn't have sold his Bitcoin because there wasn't enough volume available in the market. It's kind of the same with various different crypto projects. So a lot of the past, you weren't able to just buy $10 million worth of Bitcoin or $100 million worth of Bitcoin, because by doing so, you'd push the price right up. Be like me buying those vampiric blossoms right now.
Yeah.
You'd want to say, okay, I want to invest in this thing, but I don't want to be the reason that the price goes up. I want to invest in it heavily, and when the market conditions that I think will push up the price, then I want to be able to get out again. But the less volume they have, the less liquidity you have there, the more you push up the price yourself. So the Aussie super fund buying $27 million worth of Bitcoin, they couldn't have done that when there's guys buying pizza for 10,000 Bitcoin a pop, right? There's two pizzas. Like, you can't do it. The money is not there. The market volume's not there. So that's a big piece with SPS. We get somebody who's one individual guy right now who wants to move $10 million into Splinterlands. Can he, without pushing up everything? And could he then, if he's right about Splinterlands and that investment becomes worth 20, could he then pull his 20 million out without totally collapsing prices and the like? So the more we go up, right, the higher your token value and the more your cards are worth and the like, the more a big player can move in and know that there's a good chance he's going to be able to move back out again without forcing the price up when he arrives or pushing the price down when he leaves. So
yeah,
that's like context for all of this. So we need to get big so that we can attract people that want to make sizable investments. You can't just say, here's my good product, send me $100 million because it's a good product. You need that. And that's why VCs operate the way they do, where they're actually buying a share of the company rather than just buying products and the like.
Yeah. You mentioned the CBDC.
Yeah, so Trump said a couple of times now there won't be a CBDC in America.
What is CBDC?
Central bank digital currency. So that's the fear that the social credit, the social
Crypto
credit staff, the money that's completely controlled by the government, by the ruling
with
authority.
No market cap. Yeah.
The
crypto scam.
Yeah, and look, that's terrifying, right? CBDCs are terrifying, and people are right to be terrified of them. But I think they're so scary that they probably won't happen because they're too scary, right?
Yeah.
Because the idea is you'll get your pension, but market activity is a little bit low this week, so your pension will expire if you don't spend it by the end of the day that your next pension's due to arrive, your next pension check. So we need to keep you spending for market, to keep those market forces going.
Yeah.
So yeah, you need to spend it. Oh, and you need to spend it on one of these three categories of things. You can't buy booze with it. You can't buy cigarettes with it. You need to buy something in this range of things. And you can only spend a certain percentage of it each day, because we don't want just that massive, minuscule micromanagement of people's individual finances.
Yeah.
And with no scope to there's nobody you can appeal to. There's nobody you can make any other. You don't have any control over it as an individual, and it's all for the good of society and the environment and all of that. But it's basically an open air prison.
Yeah.
So yeah, CBDC's scary, but not going to happen. And
Yeah.
the fact that Trump said they're not going to happen, I think is huge.
Alrighty, so in the break, for those who don't know, I use the free version of Zoom, so we have a compulsory 10-minute wait in between the free 40-minute sessions. Matt didn't say anything. I just went to my site and noticed that I had a gift of enough BCX of the Goblin Mech to get from level 6 to level 7. Thank you, Matt. So, let's jump over and I'll show you what's going on. So 105 BCX I have in total now. To max this bad boy, I need 505 BCX. So I need 400 BCX to max him. Jumping over to Aqualis, shout outs there to Crypto Eater. I ticked all the boxes before. It's going to cost me $32 to buy the BCX I need to max mine, but I can buy a maxed one for $24. So no brainer really. So I'm going to buy this bad boy right here. I sold some Hive. I have had liquid Hive. So I sold some Hive in the break, got myself some dick, as the Kiwis would say. And let's do this.
Bob, hang on,
Yeah?
Bob. I saw it on Peak Monsters. There was a max for $20. I don't know if they're listing different ones, but I'm pretty confident on peakmonsters.com I saw a $20 level 10 Goblin Mech.
Okay.
Unless it's been bought in the few minutes we've been talking.
Okay, let me.
Because I know different markets show different listings depending on whether the listing has allocated a particular level of market fee.
Interesting.
Wow, okay. I didn't know that. I thought regardless of what interface you used, they're all pulling their data from the same source.
Yeah,
That's what I
$20 for a max Goblin Mech.
Okay, I don't have any peak EM, so I'm not going to get anything back from Peak Monsters. Whereas
No, you won't. No.
if I do this, I'm going to get a nice chunk back from. Actually, let me just cancel this.
It's basically 20% more expensive then to buy on Aqualis than Peak Monsters. So do you get a 20% plus kickback or less? Because I'm looking at the listing here, $20 max level Goblin Mech Peak Monsters.
Okay. Oh, it's gone. Oh, no. Cool. $20. Okay. So it says $20. My bad. It's costing me 24K deck, which my brain converted to $24. But deck's under peg, so okay.
Yeah.
That's
it then.
That's it. Okay. So $20 or 24K deck. Buy. Confirm. All right, let's jump back over to here.
So SPS is under a cent again.
Yeah. Otherwise, it
Okay.
should have been 20,000 deck. So it's 24K deck. So it's under
awesome.
peg.
This is what I've been doing. I use if it's under a cent, I just use the Hive, right, to buy it and just add to my reserves.
Yeah. All right, let's see what we get here from Aqualis. It'll take a few
You're gonna get
seconds.
something.
It's coming. Oh yeah, for that we will definitely. And now I have a spare Goblin Mech at level 7. I got 695 deck back from Aqualis.
That's pretty good.
I don't know, does that show up on share screen, the pop-ups? Can you see that on the screen?
Yes.
Yes? Okay,
Yes,
695 deck. So my level 7, let's just burn this for deck. Joking, of course.
Oh, thanks, Bob.
All
Wait, no, you're
right.
sending me to level 10, Bob, I think.
Are you sure?
Yeah, look at the card on the left. I've got to send. Yeah. See that?
Oh, whoops. Okay. Back here again.
Yeah, because I looked, I was like, whoa, that's a max. No, it's the other one.
Tested the friendship here. If he's going to send it back,
Are you
he's
sure?
just going to change his
Are you
number.
sure I clicked the wrong one?
Yeah,
Okay.
100%.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, there we go. See, whatever's on the left shows you what will be sent.
Ah. Okay. Right. Cool.
Yeah, and then for the light source, I'm just using the phone, so one half of my face
yeah.
is lit. It's better than nothing.
All right. So I now have a maxed level mech to celebrate my victory over Stephen Patrick. And you know,
Thank you, Bob.
I think that what we should do to further celebrate, I think we should watch this match so we can actually see the.
I should step in here as the guild leader for the Roaring Twenties and say that Stephen Patrick, you've done a fantastic job being a thorn in Bob's side all these times, all these different brawls. So you miss one, so be it.
And this is the history of brawls, first time ever. Yeah, and it was Crash.
First time ever you get it replayed on the show. Yeah. I wonder why that is.
So look at that, 7 and 2 for Crash here. Normally he's a real prick to get past with that 9 speed, but we martyr the Goblin Mech, and boom. Yeah.
Just like that, huh?
Just like that. Yeah. And with the Resurrect's rule set, it's always a worry because some minor thing can go wrong with healing and so forth. But check out the stats here on the Rift Wing and also on Witch of Warwick, especially Witch of Warwick. Watch her pump with the Bloodlust.
Yeah, well, Magic's so good in Everyone Resurrects rule set because it sneaks in under the armor, and you know they've only got 1 health.
And to finish it off, 1 more Bloodlust from the Witch. Boom, look at that, 25 life. Oh, he's got 1 more to go. 26 life, 7 and 8. So, thank you, Stephen. Have you ever spoken to him about coming on the show?
I haven't, no. He chats occasionally in Brawl in the tavern, but otherwise I don't think I've spoken to him in real life. I don't know anything about him. He's been a member for a long time.
Just let him know he's famous, right? He's famous in the 101 universe. Come on and say hello, even for a few minutes.
I'll share the recording with him and see.
Yeah, it doesn't have to show his face if he doesn't want to, but yeah.
Lovely.
Alrighty. So that's done. What else is new? Anything anyone wants to throw in? Any changes? Any updates before we battle?
No, I'm keen to get down to some battling.
Okay.
Let's do this thing.
How's the what do you call it? Where you put something up for not rent for sale? The bidding wars. The cards that are being people are trying to scalp from each other. Man, what's that word? I don't even know it. What's it called when you try to bid on something? A bidding thing, like
Auction.
those cards you bid on. Yeah, the
Auction.
auction. That's right. That's right. Those cards are cool.
Yeah, that's been consistently over 1 million DEC. And I think Asiacon has been one of the many guys keeping that price high, right? Where if it's not quite there, he'll just log in and put in a higher bid. And if he collects more, he collects more, right? Like, hey, now I have multiple copies.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's been a big focus. I've been contemplating, thinking, man, that's time goes by and then you don't, and then you wish you had. So trying to pull together 1 million DEC just to, but then it might be 1 million, it might be 1.3, it might be 1.4. Yeah, it's good. I mean, it's game theory, right?
I just realized too, last week I did not harvest my land, so I haven't harvested for, oh shit, 3 weeks. I haven't harvested for 3 weeks. Oh
It's
my
easy
God.
to forget.
I've never forgotten before, ever. Damn.
You need to put it on a reminder.
I've never had, because usually like we get on the show and I think, oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'll harvest my land. Damn, 3 weeks. Wasting.
Yeah,
Wasting.
I gotta say, I've been a casual on the Splinterlands front of things. Didn't even know that what the auction was called. It was like the bidding wars. I was like, yeah. I need to pull my head in a little bit. I've been real slack with keeping up to date with what's going on.
It's just forgetting a word, right? Like auction. It's easy enough to forget,
It's more so, but this bloody light in my face. It's yeah. No, I've been real slack though. Like I haven't all I check the game now is just to do brawls and to claim staking rewards. Really,
Right.
that's all I do.
Okay, so I've got this one here. I can't harvest because now I got to try and remember. I might get some help here. I need to send grain to Kifton. So
How much grain do you need, Bob? I reckon I've got a fair bit.
I've got the grain. It's just I haven't done a transfer because I haven't harvested for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So
So that's a lot of lost opportunity, right? And like 5 days, 6 days, and you're everything's full, and you're not.
yeah, I
you're missing
usually harvest
opportunity.
weekly. I usually harvest weekly, but haven't done it for 3 weeks. All right, so I've got 106,000 here, and 76. Okay, so I go here and transfer grain. So let's make it 80. Continue, because it's going to solve. And Kifton, here we go. Confirm. I hope I get a legendary totem out of this. All right, now we go back here. Harvest, claim, research. All those research points I've missed out on for 3 weeks. And no totem. Oh well. But at least it's done now. It's done. Got to remember to stay on. I've never ever forgotten to have. Oh, actually, I have, but usually like a few days. I've never not harvested for 3 weeks. That is embarrassing. Yeah.
But how cool would an automated feature be eventually? Where you just set it on a schedule, a timer, whenever you want it for it to claim for you.
I wonder if that is around. I wonder if Peak Monsters or someone does that for you.
I don't think.
Or even
so.
Xbot. Xbot's got some pretty amazing auto features for things beyond the realm of battling.
Yeah, I
point
just don't
there,
think
Gio.
it's that important for
Yeah.
them to do that. It's no incentive really for them to maybe put that out. So that might be
Yeah.
more of
Be a
like a
nice-
Splinterlands thing, but yeah,
Be a nice add-on for like Hive Keychain if they wanted to
it would.
do some gaming automation where you say, hey, every X period, claim this, submit this transaction.
Yeah.
Yeah, but maybe that's part of the game is remembering to log in and claim stuff.
Well, I mean,
And then if you do that and others
I log in
don't,
I do stuff every day, so I've
Mm.
just can't believe 3 weeks I haven't harvested.
But yeah, that's the thing
bad.
about forgetting, right? Like, it's probably more. It's like it's good for the ones who remember, right? Like, there's the opportunity there, maybe to get ahead in other ways. Yeah, so I guess, like you said, remembering and forgetting are part of the game as well.
Yeah,
But I'd like for that to be squashed sooner or later, you know. But once land becomes big enough, I think you'll find that more people will come on board to make something
yeah.
that part of the game more automated. That claiming process for
And
lands.
during a bull run, all sorts of innovations come up, and and then they get
Yeah.
neglected in the bear market. But during the bull run,
Yeah,
everyone's coming up with ideas and DApps and all kinds of
yeah,
things.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so some might say that we're not experiencing, or we might not experience the bull run here, but eventually, if things do pick up, yeah, I think like you said, Bob, there'll be a lot more excitement, maybe a lot more things built.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right. So who's battling first?
not me.
Not you? Okay. Well, it looks like it's you and I there, Matt. So I will
Send the
you
challenge.
a challenge. Yeah.
I love the. I don't know if you're on Modern and Wild are different, but Modern's got this nice blonde elf lady in an ice cave, and Wild's got this bearded dwarf screaming about the Christmas present he's holding. It's very cool.
Okay. Yeah, I play Modern on my bronze account, and I do that daily. I've actually got a nice little bit of glint. I'm going to be able to, this end of season, I'm going to be able to buy my first epic card.
Ooh,
Rather,
epic gold.
they're just epic. 7,500. This is my bronze account, like that, and I play
okay.
manually, so it's like I usually just get a couple of rares, which is 750. I've never had enough glint at end of season to buy an epic card, but this end of season, I'm on track for getting an epic.
Nice.
And this is what Matt was talking about at the beginning of the show. A little pop-up here. The battle rules show the mana cap, modifiers, countdown, timer, and which elements are available. Okay, so what are we going to do here? Obnoxious fumes with only 22 mana. Why can I not put him into my team?
You already have.
Oh, shit. So you're spying on me putting my team together there, Matt?
I submitted it literally took me 15 seconds to pick my team.
All right.
I don't think Matt can actually look at your screen and choose his cards at the same time on a laptop. No way. Like, it's just not happening.
Yeah, you would need 2 screens to do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't even have that.
Oh, that cleanse on the llama. Damn. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to win.
Yeah, every time I see llama, I just think of Last Stand. I've never even realized before that he also has cleanse.
Yeah, it's great. Llama Cube in Noxious Fumes is just so good. Unless your opponent plays Cripple, which you haven't.
But
you've got one. That's one Cripple, I think, there. Which of whatever it is that. Oh, you got two Cripple cards. But they'll hopefully be dead by the time the cube gets to the front.
yeah,
That is so nice.
You've only got one sniper. So.
Whoa,
yeah,
have
you're
you?
getting. Yeah.
You've maxed out your little Jinx, dude. Your little
Yeah, I love him too. He's great.
Wow.
He's probably going to do a lot of missing now because dodge and faster cards. But for one mana, he's just feeding the cube anyway.
Yeah.
And if he can clip a snipe target with two range damage, at least once before he dies, that's fine by me.
I was considering playing the cube, but I went with my Riftwing because I thought we got the headwinds there and also some backfire if you miss because he's got the speed.
Yep.
So,
I'm sorry, Bob. It looks like
I don't see any way that you win this, Bob.
It looks like Matt's going to win the war of attrition.
I mean, you super sneak. So after the Chook's gone, everyone's going for the Riftwing. I was hoping for a little bit of backfire there, and
so you've both played a passive role pretty much, and
yeah,
I
don't have any melee cards, Bob, so I'm not going to be attacking your chicken.
Oh, apart from your Jinx, yeah.
No, he's ranged.
He's got snipe though.
Yeah, but he's not melee, so he won't be affected by super sneak.
Yes, of course.
So none of us have played any melee at all, except our front cards, which obviously won't sneak.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's Magic Reflect. So it's Magic Reflect rule set. So you're going to get all of your magic damage reflected back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Admittedly, I did not consider Magic Reflect when I picked my team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very confident that this is a resounding victory for me, but hey, that corrupted healing does some funny stuff, so you never know.
Stranger things have happened.
Okay, here goes the first round of casualties for our scavengers.
There goes the chicken, his cube food.
Why didn't my chicken resurrect?
Because your fiend resurrected instead. You lost your fiend and your chicken in the first round.
Same time, yeah. Oh, I'm not doing any
opponent
damage.
Doesn't have to worry about cripple.
I'm not doing any damage to opponent for my back row. Oh, it was because of Divine Shield. Divine Shield. It's okay.
You're hurting her, but she's not getting crippled, which is handy, I guess, and she's not getting poison damage either. But for one mana, she's such an easy pick in this kind of a team, right? You just got to make sure you put her ahead of the cube.
Oh man!
You don't want her and the cube alive together at the same time, or you cost him last stand.
Oh, that cube shits me.
I was going to go the cube, but I thought, no, some headwinds and some backfire because he's got high speed. I thought that would help. But no, it's all over.
Not a single cripple landed on the cube.
Well, two cripple cuts. That's what scares me. With the last stand, 36, 38. I've got no chance here. Yeah. It's not even.
No, there was one.
It's probably not even going to make it to fatigue.
But you got cleanse. You got cleanse. That's what's so good about
the
llama cube thing.
Delicious. Dedicate that victory to B-Jangles. I know you love the cube plays.
All right. So you ready to do a battle?
Yeah. If Gio's out, I'll accept another.
Yeah.
Gio, you in?
Oh yeah, I've made it just in time.
All right, let's do it.
I'm okay. Right. It's just setting up a new like the browser stuff, like importing bookmarks and passwords, and it's just annoying.
Yeah.
I'm waiting.
You can share your screen, Gio, so
Oh yeah, I definitely will. Yeah,
see how you think.
yeah. There we go. How's that? Just waiting for a challenge.
I think we're all expecting that somebody else sent a challenge to somebody. I'll send you a challenge, Pufe Puse.
Ah, my bad. Oh, I thought
It's all
you were
good.
gonna send it to me.
All good. Communication
Yes.
breakdown.
Yeah.
What we have here, gentlemen, is a failure to communicate. Where's that from?
The moon landing. I don't know.
No. Guns N' Roses.
I know. Yeah, Guns N' Roses
Civil
song, Civil
War.
War, start of Civil
Yeah.
War.
Yeah.
I think it's taken from an old movie.
Yeah, it's a sample.
I feel
Yeah.
like, yeah, from an old Western.
You can
And we just
only
hit the 10-minute
summon
mark.
units with 3 or more speed. Okay. Uh, okay.
Also, I think unfortunately your Goblin Mech is going to be on cooldown because I just used him yesterday.
Bob, I'm just grateful to have a Goblin Mech, man. So let's not worry about the things that might stop me for a few
Oh, what?
hours.
You've got a level 6 Commander Slade.
Yeah, just through chests and stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, I've actually been lucky because you know how, like there's certain cards you get more of for
Yep.
some reason.
Yeah, just RNGs. Yeah, you just
Yeah.
get lots of something and nothing of something else.
Yeah. So it just happens to be that Commander Slade. It's just he's been okay for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I like to use him. I like to use Persibulus, put Commander Slade up front and Coastal Sentry behind,
Mhm.
and then put my Turtle Shield Repair dude in there as well. Keeps repairing
Yeah,
the
yeah.
shields in between the melee attacks. But, nothing's perfect. You do that lineup and the other guy's gone all magic. You're
Yes.
screwed. Yeah.
But it's Magic Reflect, so we both knew that the other guy wasn't going to go all magic. We've actually gone very sort of similar vibe here.
Mm-hmm.
You
Why did
just
you
let me
use
know
Demon Shark? Because you've automatically got Trample anyway with Persibulus.
just to retaliate. He's
Okay.
one of the only. Yeah, I mean, I probably could have used another card, but yeah, I just. Yeah. Anyway, I'm just gonna play. So this is So we're going with the sort of the same.
Yeah.
Okay, nah. Those retaliates are working
Smash
really
me.
well.
Yeah.
Very well for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Game over,
Even
man.
on his way
It's
out,
just the
he
RNG
still
of
took a
retaliate.
chunk.
Yeah, no, it's yep.
Nah, so see, that was just retaliate. I had like an 80%, I think, retaliate turnout.
Oh well. I guess we'll close the loop and do a Bob and Geo.
Yeah,
Alright.
that's been a long time. Oh, it doesn't remember you, Bob, because it's a fresh browser.
Yeah.
I've been using Firefox, but then I found out the wallets that you use, like the browser wallets, they don't work on the Cardano. Like, there's nothing for Firefox in the Cardano ecosystem. So I'm like, why did I just?
So you
now
can't
I've got to
use
use like
Nautilus.
separate browsers for separate things.
All right.
I can't
So
use Nautilus on it. Yeah, but for go.
So you're not setting up Brave? Because I'm racking up the bat.
No,
And the bat's doing really well at the moment.
no, I'm not because I'm having a problem with linking up my syncing the accounts. Like whenever I used a sync code, usually it used to all pop up with everything, like my passwords, my book. It doesn't do that anymore, and I'm not sure why. So I'm like, I need something that I know is going to sync up. So when I move to like another desktop, it all pops up and what else? Yeah. So I haven't been using that. I should look into it. I just haven't really taken the time to figure it out. All right, so what we have here, armored up. But yeah, that's a +1 for Hive keychain. Works on Firefox. So yeah,
that
fucking
reminds
Cardano,
me
huh?
also, with the Ergo Miner, do I at
I haven't
some
used that in
point
so
need
long.
to manually send money to Nautilus, or does that happen automatically?
That happens automatically. So
Uh,
your address, it just goes in there. Like
okay,
the wallet's just the interface to show you what that address has, right? Like
right,
that's all it is. It's
cool.
yeah.
All
So
right,
yeah, you'll always get your rewards in there or your mining.
all right.
rewards.
So my team is in.
Ah, damn, I forgot I was even choosing a team.
Yes, my distraction tactics
Alrighty.
worked.
It works. Um,
I'm already put submitted, so now I'm going to watch you pick your team.
it's okay. That's all good.
You,
Where are we? Yes, Bob.
yeah, I'd say that retaliate you again. Good. You know, I've always neglect Demon Shark with Possibilis because I'm thinking it's a waste because I'm already getting
Hmm,
trample, but
Sure.
I forgot all about retaliate.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Let's use this. Let's do that. Yeah.
all right,
That's what we're
so
gonna do.
we're quite similar. I've got my Swamp Spitter, my Turtle Dude in there as well. But I've gone with Slade and Coastal instead of, so I got to retaliate. Oh, yeah, Kulu. Was it Kulu Mastermind, is it? What's his name?
Yep.
Yeah, but what
Yeah.
the only thing I'm afraid about is mostly the Jin Oceanus because it has force field and I don't have anything with force field. So let's
Yeah.
just play because
But
again,
your
it's a
your
similar team.
Scavo is going to pick up melee attack, but he won't
But
have opportunity.
no,
So he's
no,
bit wasted on the end there.
it's true.
Well, only if Mastermind gets to the front, then he gets reach from Possibilis, so he could attack as a last ditch effort.
Yeah.
Oh no. Yeah, this could actually be the difference. This could
No.
be it. No,
There's
it's
that
really.
repair, so yeah, that repair's going to do a
Oh,
lot of.
okay, yeah,
Oh
cool,
no,
cool.
Yeah. No. Well, it wasn't. There's too many attacks between repairs.
Oh
Hmm.
man.
Ooh. No. No. Geo keeps the throne.
good game, mate. We've
Thank
only
you.
got 3 minutes left, chaps.
Yep. All right. So let's wind it up then with some thoughts or what's new in SPL.
Gee, I'm halfway to my first Ulfka card with the vouchers coming in. Really interested to see how that affects everything, the meta, the gameplay, everything.
Yeah.
I think some of these real deadly. Who's that one with Charge? That new one with Charge, who's just like massively OP. I can't think of it now. The name
You've
of it.
lost me because
Rebellion reward.
anything rebellion, I'm lot clueless.
Yeah, I think it was like a promo card, vicious looking
Promo.
thing that just V starts with V. I go by the pictures, not the names. Anyway, yeah, things like that that are just like totally, like just smash you. The idea that they can win but also get poisoned and poison the cards adjacent to them is really interesting. Even the idea of you think about a card with immunity, and if I know my opponent's going to play a poison burst card like Ulfka, I could theoretically have a card with immunity and two martyrs, one either side, and deliberately get my martyrs either side poisoned by killing Ulfka, so they die and then massively boost my immunity card, who doesn't
Yeah.
have to worry about being poisoned because it has immunity. Like Quora, for example. Think about Quora with a Mark's Rat and a Fungus Flinger either side,
Hmm.
but she has immunity. She hits the Poison Burst card. It poisons the two martyr cards, and then she's good to go, right? And gets
Yeah.
absolutely ridiculous especially if she's in a position to double strike. Once
Yeah.
with the magic, once with the melee. Now she's picked up 2 bloodlusts and 2 martyrs in the same round.
Yeah. And that's why it worked. That same strategy works well with obnoxious fumes as well, because they're gone either side. So thanks for joining us on 153. We will be back next week with 154. I'm Boba Fett. Peace out.